Hey kiddos, welcome to this week's homework where we're looking at absolute values and opposites and also using them to compare positive and negative numbers. Just some quick reminders. Opposites are exactly like what they sound like. If I am on the left side of 0 and I have -3, my opposite is going to be the right side of 0, +3. They are the same distance from 0, just in opposite directions. Absolute value is the distance from 0 of one number. Essentially, we take away the positive or negative sign and make it neutral. So -2's absolute value is 2. +2's absolute value is 2. Both of them are 2 spaces from 0. One is 2 spaces to the left, one is 2 spaces to the right. And with that, let's get started. Absolute value, it's distance from 0. -12 is 12 spaces from 0. +39 is 39 spaces from 0. -22 is 22 spaces from 0. Absolute value is always positive. Now our opposites. The opposite of -12 is +12. The opposite of 39 is -39. The opposite of -22 is +22. You can have an absolute value and opposite that match. Let's compare. -13, the absolute value, change these so you know what you're actually comparing. -13 is going to be less than 18. 18 is going to be greater than 2. Cross it out. Make sure you know what you're comparing. -12 is less than 12. 12 is equal to 12. Absolute value, 29, 29, 62. Just talking about its distance from 0. Opposite, -29. Opposite, +29. Opposite, +62. Absolute value, its distance from 0, 71. 19, 13. Opposites for this time match. Opposite of -71 is positive. Opposite of -19 is positive. Opposite of -13 is positive. Rewrite the absolute value so you know what you're comparing. 37 is greater. 37 is greater. All right, now we're down to comparing with positive, negative, and absolute value. Anytime you see an absolute value, I highly suggest that you cross it out and write what the actual value is. It makes it much easier, especially if the sign is going to change, because remember, absolute value is never negative. So here we go. 37 is greater than -36. -36 is less than -34. Remember, negative numbers are weird. We're looking at the distance from 0. Even though on a positive side, 36 is bigger. On a negative side, it's smaller because it's further from 0. All right, 37 is greater than -41. -41 is greater than -62. Again, in the land of negative, whatever is further from 0 is smaller. If you aren't sure, put it on a number line. 12 is equal to 12. 12 is greater than -11. -6 is less than 7. 7 is less than 9. 84 is greater than -6. -6 is less than 62. -8 is less than 9. 9 is greater than -7. We're going to keep moving and grooving. Again, go through. Rewrite any absolute value as what their distance from 0 would be. It helps to compare when you have the actual number and you're not trying to think of what the answer is. All right, 42 is greater than 40. 40 is greater than -39. 22 is less than 23. 23 is greater than -20. Oh, I missed one. 19 is greater than 18. 18 is greater than -17. -37 is less than 41. 41 is greater than -38. 22 is less than 33. 23 is greater than -24. 28 is greater than -34. -34 is less than 33. Any questions? As always, bring them with you to class. I'm going to go through, solve my absolute value so that I know exactly what values I'm comparing. Remember, absolute value is simply a number's distance from 0. It can never be negative. 13 is equal to 13. 13 is greater than +12. 48 is greater than negative 47 is less than 46. 13 is less than 26 is greater than negative 15. Negative 4 is greater than negative 5 is less than 4. Remember, negative numbers are weird. Further from 0 is smaller, closer to 0 is larger. Negative 8 is less than 7 is greater than negative 5. Negative 3 is greater than negative 2 is less than 5. Last page, we are comparing absolute values, positive and negative numbers. Again, highly suggest you go through and solve your absolute values. It'll keep you from making small errors by not comparing the correct value. Remember, an absolute value is never negative. It's simply a number's distance from 0. Oh, my color just changed there. All right, now that I have them all solved, let's go ahead and put them in order. Make sure that you know what you're being asked. On these, I was nice and I put them all least to greatest, but just in general, it's always best practice to read them through and make sure you know what you're doing. All right, least to greatest, I have one negative number, so that's going to be the smallest, and then I go to positive 22, 24, 36. Here I have two negative numbers. Remember, the further from 0, the smaller, so negative 39, negative 38, 37, 46. One negative, negative 40, 42, 42 are the same spot, and 46, if you wanted to write them one on top of the other, that's absolutely fine. Negative 87, 84, 86, 88. Negative 97, 92, 94, 96, negative 20, oh, negative 26, 22, 28, 29. Any questions? Bring them with you to class, mathletes. Have a great week.